And I will say this, I felt badly, I guess, just now saying that the parent was pentane, because it's really not. When you have an alcohol, the OH is considered part of the parent. So the parent here, like if there was a methyl group coming off of that carbon, it would be 4-methyl 2-pentanol, where the parent is the 2-pentanol, and you've got a substituted 2-pentanol somewhere. So we'll have to name compounds like this. Just one more slide. And this last slide gives us 2 different oxygen-bearing organic compounds. There are the ketones. In a ketone, one of the carbons in the parent is double bonded to an oxygen. Since oxygen can only make 2 bonds, it's good. It's good by making that double bond, and it's got 2 lone pairs already on it, and it's got its 8. It's following the octet rule. The carbon is going to be attached, as you'll see here. This carbon is making the double bond with the O. It's got 2 other carbons attached to it to give it 4 total bonds. So that would be is still satisfying the octet rule for all atoms. There are 6 carbons in a chain with a C double bonded O on the 3rd carbon. So when you see the C double bonded O, you recognize that's a ketone, and it would be called 3-hexanone. Ketones tend to have a distinct fragrance. The most well-known ketone is acetone. Acetone is 3 carbons. It would just be like, that would be acetone, just 1, 2, 3 carbons with the middle carbon having an O double bonded to it. That's acetone. Also known as propanone. It would be propanone. That would be the systematic name. Acetone is like it uses a different system of naming. And sometimes when you get into organic chemistry, you find out that actually they have multiple systems for just naming organic chemicals. Organic is a big, huge field in chemistry. And so people at times in history haven't agreed on the way things should be named. What I'm teaching you is the official naming system, but then there's this, it's almost like a slang naming system that people have kind of held on to. So you'll wind up with different chemical names for the same thing because there's different systems for it. Acetone, do we know what the smell of acetone is? You know what, like nail polish remover is what acetone is used in. We all would recognize probably the smell of it. Yes?
So if you do 1-hexanone, so it would be on the end?
Yes, but that actually, a ketone can only be a ketone if it's not a double bonded O on the end carbon. Because if you have a double bonded O on the end, that would be considered an aldehyde. It's a different class of compound. Aldehydes are very similar to ketones. It just depends on whether the double bonded O is on the end carbon. Good question. So if it's an aldehyde, you're going to change the ending to Al. All right, let's see if we can name that compound. Looks like 4 carbons, yeah. But it's an aldehyde because you got a C double bond O on the end carbon. Want to take a shot at it? No? Okay, Nabil. I'm just wanting you to think about it. That was great. I called it this. I called it what you called it, but I left the 1 off of it. Because that double bond O has to be on the end carbon for it to be an aldehyde. And if it's an aldehyde, it's going to end with Al. So if you see that Al, you know it's got to have the end carbon. So you'll never need a number in the parent name of an aldehyde. Yeah, because you know it's always going to be on carbon number 1. Now, you said what did you say? Butyl? With an Al at the end. Yeah, and I guess we do use the AN still. Even with this, it was hexane, and then you just add on. So I said drop the ane. I was wrong on that. You don't drop the ane, you just add letters to it. Drop the E, I guess, and use ONE for ketone, AL for... So yeah, if, like, again, on a test, if you said butyl, I'd give it to you, because I know you know what you're doing. Yes, yeah, if the C double bonded O is over here, and that's a CH3, then it's still butanol. Same thing.
Please pardon this interruption for a quick announcement. Attention video warning announcements through and anyone interested in helping film this year's daily announcement. There will be a meeting at 2:20 in the...
Amber, what's your question?
In the TV studio Tuesday. All of
Oh, is it possible to have more than one carbonyl, like a C double bond there and a C double bond there? That is possible physically, but we won't worry about naming any of those. I hope you have a nice Monday afternoon. Got the school part of Monday out of the way. Congratulations to you guys. Runners, you won at Kensington. Congratulations. I got a couple of cross-country girls over here, right? Who else on the team? Are you?
I don't think I can.
Yeah. Congratulations. That was great. I wasn't able to make it. We had to divide up. My wife went to the meet. I had to go see soccer for my 10-year-old. So, busy on Saturdays.
I have a question about the glucose.